What is going on, people? Got some more BT12 action for you guys. This started off as kind of a showcase for Machinedramon. New Chaosdramon X antibodies, a really powerful addition to the deck. But as you're going to see, Crossheart kind of just steals the show. My opponent playing Crossheart up at the top, still doing their basic shenanigans. So I'm going to start off pretty strong. Ideal hand, I would say, is usually like Rookie plus Analog Man, which is exactly what we're going to see here. And my opponent, not too great trio to start things off, but does draw into the Taiki so that we can search some more cards and get our pieces pretty quickly. Now, Machinedramon is a very, very defensive deck, and I would say generally pretty good into the Crossheart matchup. But sometimes Crossheart is just able to outpace you so badly. We see her now with the Rookie, with the second copy of Taiki, digging for the Shoutmon Cross 7. Getting the exact pieces we need is always really good, especially just for a 3-cost Tamer that is then going to further your plays by allowing you to Digicross. So Analog Man does help us with the consistency, being able to pitch a Cyborg every single turn and gain that memory draw card. And then we're going to go into the Metal Tyrannomon, which does reveal top 3, letting you add, I believe, a level 6 machine, so basically any of your boss monsters, and then just trashes the rest. We're going to go into an early Chaosdramon here to set up with the Analog Man now that we've got no blocker inherited, but we do effectively have a block from the Analog Man, because whenever our opponent does attack, we can redirect it to a level 6 machine Digimon. I think that's the condition, but basically just redirect it to any one of your boss monsters, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. You could argue maybe that I should save that for something like a Cross 5, and you're probably right, I'm still sitting at 5 security, but the scary thing about Crossheart is that they just have so much momentum, and even with just 4 memory, we're able to go into some crazy plays. So while I am set up with the Machinedramon, or the Chaosdramon rather, that does have a layer protection, because if it does die, we can detach 2 Cyborgs, our opponent is going to go into a very early Cross 7 here, just it literally built different, has every single piece he needs to play it for a 2 cost, allowing you to then delete something with equal or lower DP to it, and I think it gains 2,000 or 1,000 per 2 materials, so it's plus 3, so 16k. Popping the Chaosdramon, of course, we are going to detach to prevent deletion, and then checking 2 cards because of the Omni Shoutmon inherited. Hitting another Analog Man, definitely good for us, because this, I mean, he probably doesn't have the resources to go into like another play just that turn, but if he did, we'd be able to block it. Just ending things off on a Shoutmon, searching another Shoutmon, and then of course Sparrowmon is going to let Mr. Cross 7 reboot. Is a 13,000 blocker, or rather I think the DP boost is all turn, so we're staring down a pretty huge blocker, but we are going to go Chaosdramon X antibody. Since this Digimon does gain all effects of Chaosdramons and Machinedramons underneath it, it does gain that on Digivolve to then stick 3 materials underneath and de-Digivolve something for each material you put underneath. So we're going to regress that Cross 7 down into a Ballistamon, so nothing to fear there, and we are now able to attack unsuspended. We can pop a 3 cost or lower, of course drawing off of the Dorimon as well. We got Sec Attack +1 from the Sunrizamon. Since we're at 13,000 or more in black, I believe Chaosdramon X antibody is 13,000 base, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and just swing into the Ballistamon, just even though we've got the ability to check multiple security cards. I just want to clear the board, popping one of the Taikis. And so our opponent is going to save underneath the trio there, because it is a 4 cost just out of the range of the Gigadramon effect. And we do effectively have 3 blocks here, since we've got Reboot Blocker underneath, the Chaosdramon X antibody, double Analog Man, as well as a Guardiamon. So that's 4 blocks. There's not really much more you could ask for as far as a Chaosdramon player. Like, this is the ideal setup. You've got protection effects out the ass. Like, you've got the effect to trash the security if it would be deleted. You've got the alternates protection from bouncing due to the Chaosdramon. You've got Sec Attack +1. You've got the ability to control the board, attack unsuspended. Literally, what can you do against this like actual insurmountable obstacle? Well, we've got Shoutmon Cross 7 Superior Mode. So, Cross 7 Superior Mode says when you would play it, you can place a Shoutmon and play underneath it, effectively allowing you to Digicross from the trash and then -1 from the Shoutmon as well. So, we got the Shoutmon underneath, and then we are just going to stick every conceivable material underneath from the trash, and then of course you can still utilize your hand and underneath your Tamers as well, and just sticking a bunch of different names. Cross 7 Superior Mode does just say Digimon with, I think it's both Crossheart and Blue Flare, as long as they just have different card numbers. And then, of course, we're reducing the cost by 1 for each of the materials we stick underneath. It is base 15 cost, and you actually have to play it, kind of funnily enough. There is no evolution cost. Playing it for 6, and then on play, being able to return the Digivolution cards of one of my Digimon, all of those to the bottom of the deck in whatever order. So just going to put them all face down at the bottom, and then returning that Digimon. So the one out that like doesn't trigger any of the Chaosdramon's effects, it's not being deleted by battle, it's not being returned to hand or deck, or well, it is, but the materials are what leave first. So then the Chaosdramon is left with no protection. So really, really annoying out. And now it's a 17k reboot blocker, sec attack +1, piercing, all that stuff. So what can we do against this? Well, we've got a couple of options. Obviously, no real protection on the Crossheart cards. We do still have a very powerful de-digivolve effect in the form of Chaosdramon, so I think that's what we want to go for. The problem is I am missing a level 5 here, so I think what we want to do is going to go ahead and dig for a level 5. We do get one, but unfortunately it is a 4-cost Metal Greymon, so we can't do without passing turn, but this actually works out in our favor. Because what we can do is, since the first material underneath the superior mode is just regular Shoutmon, we just have a really funny, like, simple out to this. We just devolve it and then kill the Shoutmon. Like, that's it. And then we just get rid of that absolutely ridiculous stack, passing our opponent to 1. So, again, pretty strong counterplays. You've got a lot of ways to out things, but Crossheart is still just a crazy deck. So, Mr. Sparrowmon here is going to swing into the security attack of the heavy mobile Digimon, allowing you to not add it to the hand. I really hate that this card effect doesn't add it to the hand. Like, you couldn't have just added that. You have it on X Antibody, on Win Rate, on Mega Digimon Fusion, all these other really broken cards, but not Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, bro. Come on. Anyways, we're going to pop the Sparrowmon with it, and then our opponent is just going to pass turn with a second copy of the Trio Tamer. Opponent still at 5 security. That's the thing about Machinedramon. It is a control deck, so you're not really doing too much damage. But we do have some aggro plays. We're going to go into another Chaosdramon here, putting a bunch of materials underneath. So now we've got double protection from bouncing and card effects. So protection against the cross 7. Then being able to swing security, and then triggering the Guarddramon to discard 1 to draw 2 here. It should check 2 security cards. This is the only misplay that's going to happen. Apologize about this, guys. But since we do have the Megadramon underneath it, that gives sec attack +1 if you're a Machine or Dragonkin, I think. You should have, that second card should have been checked, and then the Jazzamon would check. The third card, ultimately not going to affect things too much, but hopefully just wanted to point that out. So we're going to think about playing a Hagurumon, but instead we're just going to go ultra defensive here and play a third copy of the Analog Mint. So we've got 3 redirects on our boss monster. What can our opponent possibly do here? Well, we're going to gain some memory and draw some cards off of the Trio Tamers here, playing a Shoutmon for a cost of 4. Grabbing one of the craziest cards in the deck is going to be Shoutmon. Cross 4 to the hand. The limited one of is going to be added straight to the hand. But then, the bane of our existence is going to come back. Superior Mode number 2 is going to hit the board, doing the same thing. Once again, just sticking a Shoutmon underneath it, reducing the cost by 1, and then Digi-crossing from trash, hand, field, wherever, your opponent's trash, like your opponent's deck. Like, literally, you're just fusing the whole digital world into this guy. And then, of course, it's just the out to my Chaosdramon. The funny thing is that he's going to put the first Superior Mode underneath the second, because, again, it just specifies Crossheart Digimon with different names, and you just want to put as many as possible to reduce the play cost as much as possible. Playing it for, I think, 5 here, 4, something like that. Yeah, playing it for 4. Again, just being able to detach all the materials that are going to the trash, and then putting all the level 5s at the bottom of my deck, which, again, is not only annoying because it outs my stack that I spent like 2 turns making, but it also gets rid of the level 5 cyborgs that I need for this deck to function. Because of the fact that I'm so reliant on those, like the Inheriteds and just the names for like reducing play costs and de-digivolving with the Chaosdramon, stuff like that. Now we're faced with the same scenario. Once again, we're going to have to out the Superior Mode. So all I've got is a Jazzamon. So I'm going to go ahead and evolve it into a Guarddramon, but once again, not drawing the cyborgs I need. First I draw the blue Mach Galgamon, can't evolve over that. And then I draw the 4 cost Gigadramon, which again is not going to help me in this situation. I need either Metal Greymon or a 3-cost to be able to then devolve it with the Chaosdramon or something. Debating hard slamming the Chaosdramon here. Regardless, I need to do something because of the fact that Shoutmon is so big. It's going to check multiple cards. It's just a really difficult Digimon to deal with. I think I just need to put up a body somehow, because if he does have any singular card with Rush, whether it be like a King version, a Cross 3, something like that, all he has to do is just swing with the Superior Mode, check 2, and then swing once more with Game. So I do want to put up some blocks here. So we're going to go Chaosdramon, putting our opponent to 9, de-digivolving into just a Cross 7. Again, I guess that part's not super important, but though now he doesn't get the ADP effect and security, being able to nullify all option cards, though I don't think that really is relevant against this deck. So we're just going to block the first attempt to swing because it does have the Omni Shout. I don't want to lose 2 security, so I'm just going to block and then utilize the Chaosdramon's effect when it would be deleted. You can just attach 2 Cyborgs instead. So, what's our opponent going to do? Well, we're just going to cross some more into, I believe, another copy of Cross... No, we're going to see Cross 4 here. The perfect stack for 1 cost, drawing 2, swinging security, drawing another one, and we're definitely not going to let that resolve. That effect is a little bit too broken. If I've learned one thing playing this deck is that you always block the Cross 4 if you are able to. So, our opponent does just get the material save 2 as opposed to being able to save the whole line and unsuspend a Tamer. So he's just going to save the Starmons as well as the Shoutmon here, and then going to Digicross once again using the Trio Tamer to use materials from Tamers, sticking the Zeke Greymon, Starmons, Darulu, Ballista for a Cross 7 at a -8 cost, so that is going to be a 6-cost Cross 7, again being able to delete something on the field since we've got no more level 5s, or we need 2 level 5s, we just got 1, so can't save the Chaosdramon here. He does have Rush, so it's going to swing just 1 check, hitting into the Jazzmon here, and then no reboot on that one. It does have blocker, but no reboot on it. The other one on the left, though, does have reboot blocker. Darulumon's going to come down, -3k to my Guardramon. I don't think it's going to be super relevant, but just drawing an extra card, and then playing the Zenjiro to then play a Ballistamon, gaining the memory back, and then rebooting. So double blocker, putting me on 1 security. I do have the Analog Mans once again, but I think I'm just running out of Cyborgs to utilize. On the 3rd Analog Man, I'm debating whether or not to use it, but again, now I've finally drawn into that 3-cost level 5 that I need to actually Digivolve into something. So I'm going to actually just keep it and then utilize the effect of the Andromon to grab another Chaosdramon. Don't really need it, but I just need to Digivolve into a level 6 this turn. Because I don't want to like hard slam another one, giving him 9, because at that point I'm definitely just dead. So we're just going to go ahead and use the Chaosdramon, sticking 3 things underneath, checking if it specifies color. The reason you're playing Mock Galgamon, by the way, if you are curious, is because the Chaosdramon X antibody doesn't specify color, so you can actually stick it underneath with that, or use his discard fodder with the Analog Man. So we're going to devolve the second Cross 7 so that it doesn't have 2 checks, which I guess isn't super relevant, but just getting rid of something, so it's just an Omni Shoutmon. But our opponent does still have 4 bodies on the field. We do have 4 blocks because we've got 1 blocker from the Andromon inherited, 3 redirects with the Analog Man, so I still think I'm in an okay position. If he does attack with the Cross 7 like last, I can still block and then save myself by detaching 2 materials. But regardless, we're going to see a Shoutmon King version played for a 3-cost Digicrossing it, and guess what? Shoutmon King version recycles a Digimon with a Digicross condition, which Superior Mode, of course, does have. So guess what is going to come down for the 3rd time this game? You guessed it, is going to be Cross 7 Superior Mode. Digicrossing a Shoutmon, of course, since King version does count as a Shoutmon, you Digicross the top card, stick it underneath, and then now you can utilize things from your graveyard, or from your trash, sorry, and then sticking a bunch of Digimon underneath it, all with different card numbers. I think he could have Digicrossed more at this point, like from hand and stuff, but it just like doesn't even matter. So he's just going to stick all of those underneath, the cross 7 superior mode to then play it for a 5 cost. I believe that is a total of 10 materials, now triggering the on play to once again, of course, drawing a card. Can't forget that extra important card. Once again, for the 3rd time this game, bottom decking all the level 5s I need to do anything, and then bottom decking a Chaosdramon. And also, ironically, not letting me deck out. I'm pretty sure I would have decked out by this point because of the amount of cards this deck cycles. Like, he's put back like 20 cards in my deck at this point. Like, it's actually pretty funny because we're just eternally playing this game until I'm just like out of resources or out of eggs, basically. So putting me to 6, not being able to use the Analog Man is pretty lame because I don't have any level 5 cyborgs. So using Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon to just try to do something, but it doesn't really matter because he's got a big blocker on field, so I don't think I'll be able to really swing through anything. And if I do, I don't have the reboot from the... I think I do have the reboot, but not the blocker. But regardless, the swinging one more time isn't going to really change anything. So I think just at 14,000 here, the cross 7 is bigger than me because it gains 2,000, so it is 15. So if I do swing here, it can just block with the cross 7. And then I just lose 2 materials, and that's just not a good play. But I'm dead regardless, because my opponent does have 5 swings here. I've got 4 blocks, 1 security left. So we're just going to go ahead and swing with the superior mode, detach to redirect, and then redirect again, detach to save it, and then we can go ahead and just keep attacking. He's gonna style on me by just evolving into the superior, like evolving into cross 7, also decking out, by the way, and then just gonna go ahead and swing for a game. So guys, that's gonna be the game. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It was a super fun time, but a very big grind game. But I'm honestly really proud of this match. This was like one of the funnest ones I played in a while. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.